Firstly, the panel was amazing, and I'm talking about the people who joined it because we had all these different perspectives, pretty much from everyone in the value chain. Particularly like the insights and the broadcasters. Sky and DAZN are really, really good at fan engagement, and they are promoting women's sport, and those are really fundamental issues for us. But also hearing from the RFU and from Sony Sport to see the technology inclusion into fan engagement really made the whole panel really well rounded. Oh, look, this is the second year that we've been a sponsor, and it just gets better. And I'd say that so sincerely, not because we're a sponsor, but actually the level of insight that you get just by listening. And insight to me isn't really an observation. It's not a passive thing. To me, insight is where you go, aha. And you go, amazing, I now can connect what I heard from one session to another session. And you walk out as if, you know, way more than you did going in. So it's almost like going to school and learning something that's really, really applicable to your job and actually doing it in an environment that's just really, really super professional and forward thinking. So. Definitely a lot more of our executives at Salesforce. I'd love them all to come and hear what the industry is actually saying. We have some very strong products, but I do think sometimes we're blinkered, and I do like to hear the voice from the industry. So that'll be the first cohort. Colleagues, anyone in the industry who actually cares about the future. I've particularly found important this time the sort of more partnership with regulation and policy, and the Media Act obviously being passed, and then the discussion about sort of Three and Vodafone merging. There seems to be way more of a partnership between industry and regulation and government, and I think that's really important. So anyone in the sector who's actually involved in any of those facets should really be here. So definitely not too soon to ask. Look, this is an important part of our go-to-market as a general basis. We will take a lot of the insight from today and we'll sort of re-look at it and hear from the industry and actually put that into our product flows and also into how we continue to roll to go-to-market, because it's an ongoing kind of process. And I think that if you look back at what we talked about last year and AI in media, there was a very violent reaction, I guess, to some of the sort of the more content providers who came to listen this year. I think the AI story has just matured, and I think there's a little bit more sort of, News Corp doing a deal with OpenAI, for example, this wouldn't have happened this time last year because OpenAI was a discussion that the publishers sort of resisted. So if you think about the ongoing evolution of the topics that we discussed today, that is intrinsically linked to how we go to market, how we evolve our product, and how we actually engage with our customers. And it makes us helps us make the language transition a lot easier between us and the customers we serve. So it's a rolling kind of sponsorship.